y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary, and today we're going to do our September monthly wrap-up and our October TBR, and hang tight because there's a lot coming here. So first, in September, I finished 5 books. I'm still working on a whole bunch that have carried over from September, but I finished 5 books, and I can't wait to talk about them. 2 were classics, 1 was a fantasy, 1 was a contemporary fiction, and 1 was historical fiction. I read a total of 1,336 pages and listened to a total of 61 hours and 2 minutes on audiobook. I finished 2 buddy reads and 3 reads on my own, and let's talk about these. So first up we have The Hobbit, which was a buddy read with a bunch of friends of mine, and I love this so much. This was a reread for me. I listened to the audiobook, and that audiobook narrator was just so fantastic. He had different voices for all of the characters, and he sang all the dwarf and Hobbit songs, and it was just so much fun. I also finished Notes from a Dead House by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and this is my favorite Dostoevsky book so far. I buddy read this with Stephanie at Miss Richards Reads and Christy Lewis Dostoevsky in Space and Una at the Codex Cantina, and we had a ton of fun. We're going to have a live show next weekend on October 9th, and I can't wait to talk about this with them. I'm so excited. I also finished 3 books that were actually carryovers from August into September. The People We Keep by Allison Larkin, and this book was a great book. It had a fantastic found family in it, and you know how much I love found family. I also finished Akamath, which is A Court in Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, and this is book 2 in the ACOTAR series, and I enjoyed this book so much. I enjoyed this book even more than I enjoyed ACOTAR, and I can't wait to see where this series goes. I finished The Fiery Cross by Diana Gabaldon, which is book 5 in the Outlander series. I'm slowly chugging away. I probably won't catch up to the 9th book that comes out in November, but I will be close. I'm going to be starting book 6 soon, so we've got 6, 7, and 8 that I need to catch up on before book 9 comes out towards the end of November. So we'll see how close I can get to that. But those are the books that I finished in September. Books that I'm still reading that I started in September or August. The Count of Monte Cristo, which as you know is a 3-month read-along. Empire of Black and Gold. Still really enjoying that. I need to get back to that because in September, as you know, I got the arc for the Fall of Babel, and so that had to take precedence. That's the 4th and final book in the Books of Babel series by Josiah Bancroft. And you guys, this is so good. So good. I'm also still reading Dune by Frank Herbert, and I am really enjoying this. And I'm going to have a live show with Evie at She Was Only Evie once I finish this. And last book that I'm still reading from September is The Kite Runner, which was my Patreon pick of the month from Josephine, and I hope to finish this soon, maybe this weekend, maybe early next week, we'll see. But those are the books that I read or am currently reading in September. Now, let's talk about October, because I was counting all the books in my October TBR, and there's 22, which is enormous. Now, in October, I'll be having my shoulder surgery, and I will be completely out of work for 3 weeks, the last 3 weeks in October, and going into November. So that gives me a little bit of extra reading time, but still, some of these books are huge, and some of these books are going to be multiple month reads, so I don't have to necessarily finish them in October. And I've got a fun surprise for you all. I got this idea from Leslie at the Nerdy Narrative. She said, why don't you have your subscribers bet on how many books you're going to read during your time in surgery. So I want you guys in the comments below to guess how many of these books I will actually read and finish and at the time that I will be out during my surgery. So this contest will go through basically the end of November. I'm going to be out from October 13th to November 28th, and I want you guys to guess how many books I'm going to read during that time, and the person that gets the closest to, without going over, I will gift them a book on their wish list, wherever their wish list is. So without further ado, let's talk about all these books in October. I've got The Kite Runner, I've got Dune still, I've got Count of Monte Cristo, Empire in Black and Gold, and The Fall of Babel, all books that I'm still reading and carrying over into October. We have some books that I'm going to be carrying over from September into October that I still really want to read. Valor by John Gwynne, Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey, Dragonfly Falling, which is book 2 in the Shadows of the Apps series by Adrian Tchaikovsky, Birds Are Not for the Cat, and A Breath of Snow and Ashes, which is book 6 in the Outlander series. I'm also going to be reading Dracula by Bram Stoker. I absolutely love this book so much. This is one of my favorite classics, and I used to read it every October, so I'm going to start doing that again because it's so great. And Dracula was the first fictional crush that I remember having. Also, Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, which is book 1 in the Stormlight Archive series, and this is going to be from October to November, so a 2-month read. Doctor Strange and Mr. Norwell, which is going to be a 3-month read starting in October, going through to December. This is a buddy read on Shelf Space that I'm co-hosting with Evie at She Was Only Evie. Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. The Only Good Indians, which is my patron pick of the month, picked by Amanda at Reading and Writing Life, and I'm very excited about this Stephen Graham Jones book. Game of Kings, which is a birthday read for my friend Klaus at the Contradictorian. This is one of Klaus's favorite books. It's one of his favorite series. He talks about this book all the time, and so I'm gonna read it for his birthday, and I can't wait because he told me historical fiction, Scotland, and I'm there. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, Blood of the Mantis, which is book 3 in the Shadows of the Apps series, so I really have to catch up on that, basically read all 3 of those books. Love Hypothesis, which is my book of the month pick for September. An Echo in the Bone, which is book 7 in the Outlander series, and Persuasion by Jane Austen. And I'm sure I'm probably even forgetting some here. So those are all of the books that I am planning on reading in October, and is a lot, and I can't wait to read all of them. So we'll see how many I actually get to, but again, let me know in the comments below how many books you'll think I'll be able to finish between October 13th and November 28th. On that weekend after Thanksgiving, I will see who came closest to guessing how many books I've read in that 6-week time period, and then I'll make an announcement that weekend who's the winner, and I will send them a book from their wish list. So I can't wait to see all of your guesses. This is going to be so much fun, and that was my monthly wrap-up October TBR. Let me know what you're looking forward to reading in October below. I am so excited for all of these reads in October, and it's going to be a great reading month, and I can't wait. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I have a new video out. As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. If you want to buddy read any of these with me, I will create a channel in my Patreon and we can buddy read them together. Just let me know. My Patreon is only $1 a month, and we have a ton of fun, so consider coming to support me on Patreon, and keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.